man, bro. This him.
Morning routine, man. My
That
boy,
morning
my
routine.
boy had a whole. I don't know what he had going on, man. Speaking to him,
Is there such thing as the perfect life though? Like that, my man woke up, bro. He woke up greased up and clean, lined up and everything. He dunked his face in some Saratoga.
I like Saratoga, man.
I do
I'm
too.
I'm not dumping my face in that.
But is that
Then
a perfect life?
he had somebody sliding him food.
I don't even want to live that type of life, bro.
And then he came to the Joe. You only got 10 million followers. We need 30,000 billion. Like what? Hey, but all right. So look, I got a question.
All right.
I asked TikTok about a week ago. I don't know if you've seen it, but they was going crazy. This is the mature part of my brain,
All
right?
All right.
You being married, I'm married, right?
Mm-hmm.
If your ex were to call you right now, while we on air right now, hey, me and my husband just had a crazy falling out. I need somewhere to go. I don't have nobody to call but you. I don't have nowhere to stay. I don't have no money. I don't have nothing. Can I come to your house and just stay for a night? And after that night, I'll figure out where I'm going. But I just need to get away for a night. What would you say?
There's 611 in Atlanta, and you call 611. They help all the homeless people.
That's what everybody, well, not everybody, like 90% of the people said. 10% of the people was like, yeah, I would. Like
that
me.
Conversation wouldn't even go that long, bro.
All right. Why though?
Because my wife is very, very special, and I owe her that respect. And the heartache that she would go through based upon me trying to help somebody else, that she probably would not prefer for me to help. But there is no room and there's no consideration for me to even have that conversation. She doesn't have access to me, period. She would have to see me in person in order to speak to me, bro. So you saying she would come knock on my door and be like, I'm gonna let my wife make that decision.
Okay, no, that's fair. Cause I asked my wife and my wife said the same thing. Now, of course, you know my mind be everywhere. My mind, when I asked it, I was actually thinking, I'm like, how do, no disrespect to our wives, but we love y'all so much. How do you go from once being like a lover to nothing at all? Was the love really real?
And you talking about for the ex?
Just, I mean, yeah, like, yeah.
Sometimes you gotta see people that you love, quote unquote, go through hard times. That shit, it don't have nothing to do with me.
Mm.
So our commitment to what we had is over.
For sure.
Right? There's nothing that she owes me, I owe her. And if the universe decides to bring her frequencies over towards this way, I think they would only be fitting the way they're supposed to be fitting. And I don't see two magnets at a certain point won't come together. You know what I'm saying? That energy somewhere else, bro. I'm good on that. I don't even feel like it's a healthy question to ask your significant other to even play around with. It's not healthy. So you would do it?
I would. And not because of you still in love with somebody. Like, my thing, I'm like, why is it so hard for us to help our people that we once said that we cared about? I think that's my whole like problem with it. When I asked it, I'm like, dang, like we always talking about we care about each other, right? But we really don't care. Well, a person ain't got nowhere to go. And I'm just saying, yeah, we know it's homeless shelters. We know all that, right? But they calling us and saying, hey, I don't have nothing. And we can't even open our door.
So let's just say she had a house in the burning, it's a real life situation, right?
Right.
And she came, I honestly, respectfully, will leave that decision up to my wife. Because I'm not a cold-hearted person. It's going to be hard for me to slam the door. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because I've always been, I've tried to keep an open home per se.
Right.
Right? For people like that may need. But in that circumstance, because of how much I cherish my relationship,
yeah.
No.
I feel it. I feel it.
So I grew up around a situation like that, right? Where I had somebody lived with somebody and all this type of stuff as a kid, and it wasn't healthy.
I mean, all right, so we ain't talking about living.
You talking about just for a night?
One night. Yeah.
I said, wife.
No, I feel it because my answer to my wife was because she know me, like I'm open, like I can't be this person to where like I'm just this positive person and then somebody come to me for help and I'm just like, nah, but go find something to do. See what I'm saying? But I did tell her, I'm like, I would say yes. She said she would say no. So it would have to be a no because I respect what she says.
Yes.
You see what
Absolutely.
I mean?
Absolutely.
But in my heart of hearts, I would. I'm like, I mean, why not, bro? If I once cared about somebody, like, why is it so hard for us to care about our people when they in need?
No. If somebody's in need, that's something golly, bro. You know, I think in one of the episodes we were talking about, like, I was like, yo, you don't have to argue. You don't have to do these things. And it's not because you don't sit there and you don't argue. You don't make yourself subject to these situations.
Yeah.
Right? If that was the occasion, I would probably get her a hotel room. Right?
Right.
I
a
think
lot
that's
of
more
people
appropriate.
a lot of people said that.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so what, you asked social media this already?
Yeah, I asked social media. Of course, 70% of them said no, they can burn in hell. I know. So look,
you know who broke up with who, guys?
Look, that's what I was about to say. Me studying therapy, I understand that it's still a little hurt somewhere. For you to say, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. You once loved this person. Not you, I'm just saying them now. I'm like, you once loved this person. You once was fucking swapping all kind of whatever, however. You see what I'm saying?
I wouldn't want them to burn in hell.
Right, and for you to say, nah, they can. Somebody, a couple of them said, nah, the jail open 24. I'm like, bro, why is it so hard for us to, and it's us, bro, it's us.
Yeah.
Why is it so hard for us to help our folks, man?
Wait, first of all, okay, you need to ask that question in a different way, brother.
What do you mean? What other way? Like, what other way, bro?
Don't make it an X, my G. Like, out of
It's the
all
question.
people in the world.
It's the question.
Okay, it makes it spicy.
Yeah, it's the question, man. But yeah, it's like, damn, bro, like so it's like, do we really be loving each other? Like, do we really? And I'm saying us, right? It probably was a couple of them, whatever, however. But I'm saying us. Like, do we really care about us? Like, why do we want to see people down so bad, bro? Just because a situation didn't work.
Now, to be honest with you, I don't want to see them lose, right? At that point in time, I would just be protecting what I have built.
No, for sure,
right?
Yeah.
And one day I can lose my shit too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When I go knocking at her door, I couldn't even think of a reason why I would, right? So it's just a far-fetched thought.
Yeah, we just thinking too deep into the question, man.
Hey man.
But I feel it though.
You got to ask questions, right? Yeah. You got to really think about stuff. That's critical thinking right there, because these are situations that happen in real life.
No, for sure.
Right? But I can tell you this one thing. nobody needs to overreact.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody should be upset.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody should feel insecurities, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there should be a negative connotation around it, right?
Right.
But with our history, and I was never in a crazy predicament or something that I wasn't committed to, but I would make sure that my wife is the number one.
The head of the decision.
Not even make the head of the decision, that she's the reason for my decision.
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure my wife is the head of the decision.
The head of the decision.
Yeah. In that decision. You see what I'm saying? In that circumstance, like.
Now hold up. Let's rewind. Let's rewind.
Okay.
Let's rewind. First of all, have you ever dated a crazy?
Nah.
You've never dated a crazy?
No.
Okay, I've dated my crazies, okay? Now, if the crazy came knocking at the door, okay?
That's a
I'm
different
head
story.
of the household head of decision. I'm the
Yeah,
one
that's
to
a
tell her
different story.
no go.
Right.
Bro, you gotta understand your ex is your ex for a reason.
What's the reason?
Huh?
It didn't work.
It didn't work, right?
Okay.
It didn't work.
But why is it? Why do we put this negative?
That's like your
Hey.
old car coming back and saying, pulling up on you one day and be like, hey, bro, I need an oil change. Like, nigga,
You give it an oil change, you give it to somebody else.
no, it's already somebody else's. It's already somebody else's. I'm not doing no.
You know what I
That
learned?
way.
This is what I learned. I just don't need to be in the world, bro.
What kind of statement is that, bro?
I just don't need to be here, man.
Why you say that?
Maybe I'm too mature.
What? Because you make good decisions, bro.
I mean, not all the time, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, I done made some bad decisions, bro. Terrible decisions.
So what you saying is you'll have all 8 of your exes sitting inside of your crib if they already needed something to eat.
No, I'm just saying if somebody called me and need,
Your wife
or
is
if-
not on for that.
No, she's not. But I'm just saying, like, if I say I'm for my people, I'm for my people, bro. You see what I mean? And
Nah,
it ain't no what's the word? No conditional terms.
But everybody not for you.
No, I understand
you gotta
that.
protect your
Yeah.
domain, bro.
Bro, I'm not saying if somebody, bro, like they are chill, like just chill.
Because you're
Yeah.
saying that every girl that you dated is damn near perfect that would come knock on your door and you be like, oh yeah, come on in.
Oh.
If there's some girls that I've dated, I will call the feds. I
Right.
will call the
But
feds
see,
if you knock on my door,
I ain't
bro.
talking about that, man. That's what I'm saying. Right. I'm saying eliminate the crazies.
Then we ain't talking about nothing no more.
That's crazy. I ain't really, now you gotta look within the self and see why you was dating crazies.
Cause I'm crazy, nigga.
I'm not dealing with no crazy, bro. Like, not at all, man. My wife is the first crazy I done dealt with.
Nah, that's crazy in a different way. That's
Yeah.
crazy in a different way. My wife is she's crazy in love. I've seen her do some crazy things because she loves me, and I've seen her do some fantastic. My wife is amazing, and I mean that in a good way.
No,
Because
for
if she
sure.
hears me say amazing, we use amazing in 2 ways. Okay,
Yeah.
amazing like yeah, amazing, but then you can say amazing like amazing.
Mhm.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
amazing
pretty
grace.
deep. But dealing with crazies before,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Crazies, yes, it's true about the look in the eye.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's true that it's usually the very pretty ones. And yes, there are levels to the crazy. So yeah, we got the key scratching of the car, right?
I
We
never
got
had
the-
that.
100.
I'm saying let's go down the line. I never had that. Go ahead.
You've had. Oh man, God, I don't want to go through this darkness. You have crazies that blow up your phone 200 times.
I've had that.
You've had that, right?
Yeah, I had that.
I remember when I had the radio show.
Yeah.
I had a crazy hop up on the radio show, create her own radio show, and talk about me for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I mean, but that's like making a fake Instagram page. They do that. I understand that.
I had that same crazy went in and deleted a whole bunch of files in my files. Like a whole bunch of my files on my hard drives.
I mean,
And then,
I understand that. That ain't crazy, bro. I mean, it's just selfish, but I mean,
Oh, so you had all that?
I'm thinking you. No, I didn't, but I'm just
So what's
saying.
crazy to you?
Crazy to me is you showing up at my house every day unannounced. That's crazy.
Ah,
Or you key in the car.
I've
you showing up to work.
I've had the key in the car. I've had the girl shows up while I have another girl at the crib and she wasn't supposed to show up. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's a crazy.
Yeah.
I've had a few of them.
Right. You pulling weapons or putting hands, like that's crazy, bro. Everything else is just your heart hurt.
Yeah.
I mean?
I almost dated a physical crazy. Like she touched me one time. I was like, hey, don't touch me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna touch you. Don't touch me.
Yeah.
Oh, you a little punk, huh? Nah.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that if you touch me the wrong day and I swing back because I'm already pissed off on some shit, I'm gonna put myself into this situation. So that type of crazy, I've dealt with slightly because she touched me. I told her we not doing that no more, and we didn't do that no more. We was just done with that. I can't do nothing.
Yeah. See,
that type of crazy,
yeah.
I'm not with you.
I can't even do the hand. Like, you put your hands on me, we done.
Yeah.
But now, how much I love you.
Wrap it on
over
up.
with. Yeah,
wrap
get
it
out.
on up. Nah, because, I mean, that's a thing. You know what I'm saying? That's a thing. And it's not okay. And, I mean, either way, and I've seen it in both ways in different places.
Right.
But that whole physical thing, like I was saying before, I'll say it over and over again. Certain things don't have to happen.
Yeah.
You don't have to argue every day.
No.
You don't have to feel insecure about yourself all the time. You don't have to say negative stuff to somebody to go do something that you want them to do. These things are, and I'm using a word lately, like you're indoctrinated in order to act and do that type of behavior, and we don't have to do that, you know?
No, I understand that. Definitely understand that. So another question that I got for you.
Okay. I'm with you. I got one for you too, though.
Oh, I'll go ahead and ask yours. I ain't gonna forget.
You dated, we got crazy, then you got toxic. Have you ever dated somebody toxic?
I hate the toxic word.
Why?
Because it's made up. What's toxic?
Slapping somebody in the face and then kissing them afterwards.
Toxic
and then...
is hazardous. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's like it's a gas or you know what I mean? Like, what?
It is hazardous though.
I
That's
mean,
the word though. That's the word.
Yeah,
though.
we should make it up, bro. You hazardous, bro.
You're hazardous.
You're not good for me.
Forget toxic. You're hazardous.
But no, I've never dated toxic. You know, even though I hate the word, I never dated toxic. But when the relationship ended, it got toxic. You see what I mean? Because you all these feelings involved, and somebody can't move on, and I get in trouble. So this is why I get in trouble, because I give people what they ask for from me. Right? So let's say me and my wife, right? Let's just say she just out the blue and be like, man, bump you, I don't want you no more. Right? We probably gonna talk about it twice. You know what I mean? And if you say it again, all right, cool. And I'm talking about like that's me, like, all right, cool. I don't hate you, nothing. All right, cool, I'm out. But then I get looked at like, man, you don't care.
In that same voice.
Cause you know what I'm saying? Cause I gave you what you asked for. How are you mad at me for giving you what you asked from me?
That's deep. That's deep, man.
Yeah.
That's deep, man.
That's what I used to have to battle with that for real, like like a lot, because it's like I hate when people be like, bro, you did you care? Like, you never cared. No, I cared. I just probably care about me a little more, but you ain't finna like play with me or try to manipulate me.
Is this your first time married?
Mm-mm.
You were married before?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, how long were you married before?
Shit, don't give me the line, man. I don't know.
When did you realize you ain't want to be married no more?
When she shout out to you.
If you don't want to talk about it, we could.
No. We can. I'm trying to be respectful of whatever. She was just selfish. And we cool. We super cool. But she was just selfish as hell. And I knew, because I'm not a selfish, you see how I think. You know what I mean? Which is not the norm in today's society. So Yeah, she was just.
How old were you when you got married? Okay, look.
I don't know. That's
Okay,
that's the crazy. No, I'm like not even bullshitting. Like I don't remember. I have to. 22.
Oh my God.
Damn, what am I know? Was it 22, 23? I don't know, bro. It was somewhere along those lines.
So okay.
I've always wanted to be married, bro.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
But my dad has been married. My dad has been married 4 times. 3 in my lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to my dad. We joke about this, and all the wives and all my moms, they're all cool, and everybody's cool with it.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's mature.
But nigga, I'm getting married 1 time.
Yeah.
1, and that is
we
it.
say that, but
No, bro. This is first of all.
No. Well, let me take that back before you say that. No, I didn't mean it like that.
No, I get you. I feel you.
I hope you and Ashley, boy,
No.
forever. You hear me?
The way that I love my wife and the way that we're together and what we go through and all that type of stuff, there's no doubt in my mind that she will not be the woman of my life for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I have that cherry on top in my life where I understand that. And I know there's a lot of people that want to sit there and be like, oh, when you're not, I don't have to live in the same Israel.
Nah, yeah, for sure.
I do not want another life other than the one that I have. And I'm content with what I got. And I've spent my time and I've had my period in life where I fucked around and found out.
Nah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And I had that time. And I would encourage other men and other women
to fuck around and
find out. And that don't mean you go out there but I don't have to wonder about what certain things are like. And I don't have to think outside of my marriage, bro, because I've had my experiences.
This is my question. I tell my wife that all the time. Like, us getting to know each other, women, they just have their little thoughts, right? And I used to always tell her, like, if we don't make it, it won't be because of infidelity. I done did it all, seen it all, had it all, cool, bro. It does nothing to me.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So that leads. So I'm proud of you on that, because I actually do think people you gotta fuck around and find out.
You have to.
You know what I mean? Because for one, marriage ain't for everybody.
Straight up.
And it is what it is. But do you think it's cheating if you're just in a relationship, not married?
Yes.
Yes.
Your expectation of what you would expect of your wife is what you should expect of what they want from you too. And or not wife, girlfriend at that point.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that women will flex that and say, "Nigga, you better act right because we ain't married," and that kind of thing. But for me, I knew at the point in time, because you got to understand, when my wife and I were first dating, we were dating, but we were not in a relationship. And that was a thing for us.
That's good though. You was
because
dating.
I couldn't be the person that I imagined her to be with.
Right.
Meaning like that person was who I am today. Right.
Yeah.
But back then I didn't. Now, like over the years, I knew that she was perfect for me at the time that I met her.
Mm-hmm.
I knew.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
That feeling, that click. And time passed. And then now we're so far into this on a different level. It's not what we were just talking about. It's not. We're not at a point of, I don't have no questions about what it would be like without her. I don't have no possibilities of things that she can do in order for me not to want her to be around me.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't have that in my blood, bro.
Oh, for sure.
I don't see it that way. Did I answer that question the right way?
Oh yeah, you did. You did. All right, so Do y'all?
You good with these relationship questions?
Man, listen, I be studying, man. I just be trying to figure it out though. You know what I mean? I be trying to put it all together, man.
But I knew I wanted to be with her. Therefore, I had no reason in order to date somebody else or want to be with somebody else. My commitment with her was to her. So,
no, for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
So the younger me.
You said what? I would consider it cheating.
No, for sure. All right. The younger me used to say, if you cheat, bro, I'm out. Right? The older me, when I think about it, just on my own, because I just be thinking about, like, you married, for people to reach forever, you have to go through certain stages, and it's gonna be crazy, right? People grow, people change, people don't like each other, people don't love each other, but like we say, bro, sometimes you gotta do what you just don't want to do, right? Because it's a commitment. If your wife was to cheat, would you leave or would you stay?
I got jail first.
You got jail? You going to jail?
Bro, they're going to catch me, bro, because I'm gonna have no pity afterwards. But I've always told my wife, bro, I said, yo, and I don't know. I just feel like this. I don't need to know nothing I ain't supposed to know. I want my wife to live her life. And I'm not saying I want her to go do any of that.
No, for sure.
When I find out, if anything ever happened, she's the most important thing to me in my life, bro.
Yeah,
So I got to go rectify my feelings, bro. So, and then, like, I'm going to be her jailbird for, however much little time I got to do. And then, like, I'm back at the crib. And then...
Right, so why would you go to jail in the first place?
Huh? Because we got to make a statement. I'm not going back to jail
Man,
again
that's a
after
stupid
that.
statement.
No, it's not. I'm not going back to jail after that. I'm going to go to jail one time because you're going to understand, like, we are not going there.
So, all right, so you going to go to jail. Y'all going to be pen pals. And you going to get out and you're going to be right back at the crib.
Yep.
Bruh, just understand it. Bruh, first of all,
I got to get that frustration out, my boy.
Well, go
punch a
punching bag or something, man.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, but you never know why.
Yeah, but
what I'm saying?
I've been to jail for fighting, and I can do that time. So I will go do that, and I'll go to jail, do my little bit of time, and then I'll come back home.
Damn, man. But
and she probably know my husband is crazy. She already knows that.
Yeah.
She already knows that I'm a wild, crazy kid.
Oh yeah,
and very protective of my family.
Listen, man, my wife know I ain't going for Nathan. Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, you like, silent but deadly.
No, I'm not though. That's the crazy part.
I ain't never seen you.
Oh, nah. Cause I don't. When I black, I black. Like the last time I blacked, it was a situation, and somebody was disrespecting a woman, and
this black power is amazing. I say my grace and thank the Lord that He saved me from effing it up.
Let's get it. Let's go.